Good afternoon. I'm Titi Lokwe Adegolu with Adaba News at 3. In the news, Ayedatiwa calls for unity as he becomes acting governor. Federal government distances itself from Rivers State crisis as State Attorney General resigns. Federal government set to probe NNPCL.
This is the news.
Ondo State Acting Governor Honorable Lucky Ayedatiwa has pleaded with the people of the state to return quickly to the path of accelerated progress that has eluded the state in the past months of political crisis. Ayedatiwa said this in a statewide broadcast to the people of the state after he assumed office. He said the state must excuse unnecessary distractions and that the people of the state can no longer be separated by interest or by purpose.
Permit me to say that only God Almighty has explanation for what happened in the last few months. When nature sets in to hinder human performance, it's always a painful thing. We must acknowledge that the key to the well-being of a man is in the hands of God. It is not for us as humans to question God, but to pray for his mercies upon our lives.
Ayedatiwa said politicians must come back stronger and more determined to advance the welfare and security of Ondo State people, which he said is a primary object of government as encapsulated in the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. He added that the politicians must build a shared future from a divided past. Meanwhile, chieftains of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Gbenga Omole and Gani Mohammed have demanded the resignation of some members of the Ondo State Executive Council. They made the demand during a sponsored program on Adaba FM. Gani Mohammed accused the alleged persons of being the masterminds of an alleged forgery of the signature of Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu.
People, I think the common sense prevailed that they didn't accept. They still didn't want to till yesterday, and the president intervened on Monday night. You see this character. They should be asked to leave. The good people of Ondo State should advise them to leave. They should leave governance and go home.
The two of them said something must be done urgently to address the situation in order to make way for smooth governance.
You know that those people cannot work in harmony. If anybody is trying to force them together, explosion will result. Then the people of Ondo State have been under this circumstance for 8 months. And the narrative on the street, it is our party that formed this government.
APC chieftains Gbenga Omole and Gani Mohammed commenting on issues pertaining to Ondo State. Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has directed security agencies in the state to fish out the perpetrators of Wednesday's bank robbery in Ikere-Ekiti and bring them to book. The governor described the armed robbery incident, which claimed 3 lives, as senseless and disheartening. He said no stone would be left unturned in the bid to bring the perpetrators to book. In a statement by his special advisor on media, Yinka Oyebode, Governor Oyebanji condoled with families of victims of the robbery and the people of Ikere-Ekiti. He also directed government hospitals in the state to take proper care of those that got injured during the robbery attack. He stressed the importance of local vigilance in security. The governor urged citizens who have information that can help security agents in their investigations to make such known to relevant authorities. The governor urged the people of the state to remain calm and vigilant as they go about their daily activities, adding that government is committed to their security and safety and would not spare any effort at ridding the state of criminal elements. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Police Force Ekiti State Command says it has commenced a full investigation into the attack on 2 banks by a gang of armed robbers at Ikere Ekiti on Wednesday evening. In a statement, the police public relations officer in Ekiti, Sunday Aputu, says the Commissioner of Police, Dare Ogundare, was at the town for an on-the-spot assessment. The statement says the Commissioner commiserates with the family members of those who were fatally affected and wishing those currently receiving treatment in the hospital a quick recovery. It adds that the Commissioner calls for calm and implores everyone to go about their businesses, as the command will not rest until the hoodlums are made to face the full wrath of the law. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has hinted at plans by his administration to address what he termed historical inadequacies of policymaking, hitherto thwarted by lack of comprehensive data in Nigeria. He regretted the lack of comprehensive data, saying it had been a technological affliction that has hindered the growth trajectory of Nigeria and the entire Africa. President Tinubu spoke during the 2023 Comptroller General of Customs annual conference held in Lagos today. The president was represented at the conference by Vice President Kashim Shettima. He noted that a grand vision of his administration is to deploy data to make sound government decisions. Now, Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris Malagi, says there is no evidence that the federal government is engineering the ongoing political crisis in Rivers State. Malagi spoke in an interview with newsmen on Thursday. He said the fact that some of the actors in the crisis are in the cabinet of President Bola Tinubu does not mean the situation in the state was engineered by the All Progressives Congress APC government. Malagi said there have been political situations in other states like Ondo, and the president had intervened to resolve the crisis even amongst the same party members. In the meantime, the Rivers State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Professor Zaccheaus Adango, has resigned. His resignation was communicated in a letter dated November 14, 2023 and addressed to Governor Simi Fubara. He noted that his exit from office was based on personal principles and not connected to the political crisis currently rocking the state. You're listening to Adaba News at 3 on 88.9 FM, Akure, transmitting from Ilaramokin. After the break, federal government set to probe NNPCL. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Achievers University calling. With the recent approval given to Achievers University of Ondo State by the National Universities Commission to run new undergraduate programs, applications are invited from qualified candidates for admission to the following new programs for the 2023-2024 academic session: Medicine and Surgery, Pharmacy, Physiotherapy, Health Information Science, Procurement Management, Banking and Finance, Remote Sensing and Geoscience Information System, Guidance and Counseling, Library and Information Science, Chemistry Education, and Biology Education. Also, admission to undergraduate programs in the university's colleges of Engineering and Technology, Law, Natural and Applied Sciences, Social and Management Sciences, and Faculty of Health Sciences is still going on. For online processing of these supplementary admissions, visit www.achievers.edu.ng or obtain the forms at the university. Screening of candidates comes up Monday to Friday in the registrar's office, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Call 0803-222-9522. Achievers University Owo. Knowledge, integrity, and leadership.
As the Christmas bells ring and joy begins to flow, in this season Chivita juice is the way to go. Correct enjoyment, cheerful celebrations. In this season Chivita juice is the way to go. Chivita season is here. Whoever you are, this Christmas, enjoy your Chivita.
Everyone has a Chivita. Enjoy your Chivita this season.
Enjoy your Chivita.
The news on Adaba 88.9 FM.
For news update and live streaming, visit our website www.adaba889.fm or download Adaba FM app on Google Play Store. You can be part of us on our social media platforms www.facebook.com/AdabFM88.9, on Facebook at Adaba889FM on Instagram and Adaba FM TV on YouTube. You can provide us information via email newsroom@adaba889.fm. A World Bank report has indicated that Nigeria's poverty level has taken a notch higher at the backdrop of the recent economic and fiscal reforms. The key reforms include the removal of petrol subsidy and the foreign exchange market rate restructuring. However, the bank commends the federal government for what it considered bold reforms necessary to rescue Nigeria from fiscal cliff, describing the current pains as temporary. However, it says the policies have created intense pressures on cost of living, which have pushed more Nigerians into hardship, with 104 million now living below the poverty line. Meanwhile, the World Bank says the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation Limited is not transparent about the financial gains from fuel subsidy removal. The bank said this extends to subsidy areas that are still being deducted and the impact of subsidy removal on federation revenues. The Washington-based bank made this call in its Nigeria Development Update December 2023. This is as the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, revealed that the government was ready to scrutinize the revenue flow from the NNPCL. According to the World Bank, the revenue gains from the exchange rate reforms are visible. More clarity is needed on oil revenues, including the fiscal benefits from the PMS subsidy reforms. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Olawale Edun, has hinted that plans are underway to audit the accounts of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. He said despite recommendations by the last two ministers of finance for an audit of the company, nothing of such happened. The minister insisted on the necessity for rigorous scrutiny, stressing the government's eagerness to ensure revenue inflows from the company. Edun spoke at the release of the latest World Bank Nigeria Development Update in Abuja. And now to sports. Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has admitted that winning the CAF African Footballer of the Year will motivate him and his teammates ahead of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. Osimhen's remarkable journey for club and country in the year under review saw him fend off stiff competition from Moroccan fullback Achraf Hakimi and Egyptian striker Mohamed Salah on Monday. He said the squad is in high spirits, saying they shall do well there. The Super Eagles are in Group A with the hosts Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. And now to end Adaba News at 3, a recap of our top stories. Ondo State Acting Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, in a statewide broadcast, has called for unity among political class in the state. The federal government has distanced itself from the political crisis rocking Rivers State, and this is as the State Attorney General Zaccheaus Adango resigned his appointment. The federal government, through the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Olawale Edun, has said plans are underway to audit the accounts of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL. That's Adaba News at 3, as edited by Sunday Ajiboye. I'm Titilope Adegolu. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.